Merry Christmas everyone from the fields of Perthshire. Well, I hope you've all had a tremendous Christmas, and thank you to all who sent Christmas wishes, and I hope you and your families had a fantastic time. So I've been saving a little video from the historic Lindisfarne, also known as the Holy Island of Lindisfarne in the northeast of England, where I got invited to just a few weeks ago. But I thought I would save this video as a Christmas cracker because I found gold. And there were some incredible finds along the way as well, including some hammered coins. So I hope you all enjoy this video. So have a fantastic Christmas, a fantastic Boxing Day, and enjoy the time off. So take care and enjoy the video. Well folks, you won't want to miss this video. The ancient Holy Island of Lindisfarne. And my goodness, has it delivered. We've got hammered, we've got silver, and we've got gold. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the fields, not of Perthshire, but of Northumbria. I am on the Holy Island of Lindisfarne. Compliments of Amber's Digs. So a huge thank you to Gray, to Sue, to Ian, to Carol. Lawrence unfortunately is not here, and also Stevie for inviting me down. So what a privilege, what a pleasure. And behind me is Lindisfarne Castle. So the island is ancient. It has an old religious site which dates back probably to about the 6th century, and associations with lots of early Christian saints. It was also attacked by the Vikings. The guys and girls have found some amazing things here in the past, potentially way back as far as the Iron Age or Roman periods. Lots of medieval coins, hammered coins. So anything is possible. It's a little bit windy, which is why I'm trying to shield my microphone with the wind. So unfortunately it's blowing right in my face. But look at that for a setting. Unbelievable. There's all the guys out. And well, what a day. What a day. So privileged to be here in such a historic site. So hopefully some treasures to be had. And as ever, if you're not already subscribed, then please hit the button and help support my channel. So I am excited for this. Now let's go and see if we can find some treasures. Now, as views metal detecting go, it doesn't get much better than that, does it? The Lindisfarne Castle. And there's the mainland, the north of England, the northeast of England. Gray, Carol, and Ian over there. Tremendous. And I've got a nice little signal just over here to get me started. And it's a screamer. 95, 96. The ground is nice and soft. Sue's here as well. I didn't actually see Sue. Maybe she's in the car. But yeah, the ground is very soft. Ugh. And the guys say that the finds come out the ground in pretty good condition because the ground's very sandy. Still in the hole at the moment. Still in there. We're close. Oh, what's that? I think we've got a coin. We have. First hole. What a beauty. That is a great big copper. Could be Georgian, could be something else. Look at the thickness of that. Well, we're off to an absolute flyer in incredible surroundings. with a fantastic group of people. Give it a clean up and get back to you. And here we are, find number 1. We're straight in with a Georgian coin, George III. So it's going to be sometime between 1760 and 1820. I think it's a halfpenny, but I suppose it could be a penny. There is the remnants of a date at the bottom. It's probably 1806. But you'll see George III fading in. And Mr. Potato Head, as I call him, and I'm sure you can see why. The other side, it's a really, really chunky coin. The other side is toasted. But I think probably right about there is Britannia seated. So we're straight off the mark. Copper coin, first hole, and we're back to the early 19th or the late 18th century. Fantastic. What a start. This was a wee 72, and I think it's some sort of maybe button. Maybe. Definitely looks like there's kind of like a raised bit there in the middle. Yeah, I think that's a shank. But it does look like a very nice button. It's got a lovely wee decoration on it. Look at that. Bit of a struggle to focus because the light's not great because it's still only 8 in the morning. But yeah, a little design on there. Let me see if I can get this to focus better. I'm afraid that's as good as it's going to get until it brightens up a little bit. I'll maybe show you it later on, but definitely a little button. My guess would be probably 17 or 1800s, so not a bad start. Fantastic. Oh, and Ian's had a George III copper penny from about 1806. And Gray's had a nice little find as well. It's probably another little silvered or tinned button. Great. Just about 300 feet, about 100 metres away from the castle, and this is a little button. It's got a funny sort of corrosion on it, but you can just see a little bit of it's broken off. You can see the button beneath. There we go, better. The light is starting to improve, so hopefully I'll be able to focus a bit better. Unfortunately the wind's picking up because I'm getting closer and closer to the water, so it's getting stronger, so fingers crossed the microphone will do its job, but occasionally there might be a little bit of wind noise. That's probably a couple of hundred years old, that little button. We have a coin contender. 86. Face into the wind for a wee second. Oh, there's a stone. Cut a nice wee plug out. And let's see what happens. Still a solid 86, sounding good. Let's try and put this all back in the hole. Keep it nice and clean. We're in there. And there we go, folks. We have a coin. There is a very nice little imprint. Coin number 2. That's me just gone the hour mark. And it looks pretty toasty, this one. But as ever, I'll get the bendy thumb on it, dry it out, and see if we can get some detail. Alas, I'm not seeing anything on that. Don't know if any of you might be able to, but not at the moment. Maybe if I put a light across it when I get home, but it looks like 1 penny. It looks like it's probably Queen Victoria, so 1837 through to maybe George V or George VI, so maybe through to about 1952, so somewhere within that period. My guess would be it's probably Victoria or George. But still, it is a coin. It's coin number 2, and I'm doing pretty well. Oh well, we've got a silver, folks. It was a pretty poor 70, low 70s, 73, 74, and right there is a coin. which has got a silver edge. It looks like a threepence, and I think it's George V. And I've dropped it. I've found it. Alright, let's get the spray bottle on it. So we're on the silver, and that's about an hour and a half on the clock, I think. So, phenomenal, coin number 3 already. And I know Gray and Sue and all the rest have detected here for quite a while. And it just shows you there, sprayed it in my face. There are plenty of targets, plenty of finds. I haven't had any junk yet. I mean, all I've had is lead, 3 coins, a button, and a silver. So, fantastic. Yep, it's one of those ones with the little St. George cross on it. Ah, it's George VI. It's not George V. It's his son of George V. There you go. Looks in pretty good condition. It's going to be 50% silver. I'll give it a little clean up, a little dry off, and we'll get back to you. And there we go. 50% silver. George VI, the father of the late Queen Elizabeth II, famously with his speech impediment. His brother abdicated, and this is the outbreak, or almost the outbreak, of World War II, 1938. So Hitler is on the rise in Europe, and Lindisfarne played quite a key role during the World War II. There were various search stations here, keeping an eye out for aircraft and submarines and all kinds of things, because we're on the east coast with all the shipping. But also Lindisfarne was really important during World War II because it was a fairly important fishing port, so it was feeding the nation as well. So there you go, threepence, 1938. I think we're probably at around about 10 pence a pint by then, so we're only getting maybe a quarter of a pint, maybe a third if we're lucky. But it is a silver coin, and I'm over the moon with that. Tremendous, absolutely brilliant. This one was only a 52. Ah, it's a shotgun cap. I was going to say it cannot be a coin, not at 52, but I thought maybe it was a modern spendable because of the brown colour, but it's a shotgun cap. Ah well, first bit of modernish junk that I've had. This was reading out at 82, but it was a bit of a ropey 82. It didn't sound great. I think we've got a spoon handle, a lead, pewter lead alloy tip of a spoon, I think. It could be like a saddler's type badge as well. You did sometimes get them in this kind of funny shape, but I'm guessing it's going to be a spoon. Soon find out if there's any letters on it. Nope, looks like a spoon handle to me. But because it's lead alloy, I mean, obviously lead cutlery is not a good look. So I would guess that's probably got a bit of age to it. 300 or so, maybe more years old. But if you know, then let me know. Fantastic. Well, not for the person who ate with it. So this is Gray, and there's the castle right there. It is windy and blustery, but Gray is the man who very kindly invited me over. He's just found this item here. This is solid lead, but it's painted yellow. It's had an iron loop on the top, so it's probably a fishing weight. What does that weigh? 4 or 5 pounds?
It's a lot.
It's a lot, yeah. So it's
surprised me when I picked it up.
Yeah, so if it wasn't painted yellow, I mean, it could be any age. But yeah, I mean, I'm guessing fishing net. But if you know, then let us know.
Right.
Oh, and he's got himself a nice wee collection.
I don't know what that is.
Is it silver?
I'm not sure. Bendy thumb.
Yeah, well, I don't know if the bendy thumb will be able to do it, but yeah, I mean, it could be a silver coin.
I couldn't see anything on it.
It's got that. Okay, it is a silver. And no, is it a silver? It's a hammered. It's a hammered coin.
Is it?
Yeah. You know what I think it is? It's a Scottish hammered coin.
I still can't see it. I've got bad eyes.
You've got a thistle on there.
Oh, I can see the thistle.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, I'll get you in focus. But yeah, you've got you got a Scottish thistle coin when we were only, how far are we from the Scottish border? It's only what, 8 miles, 10 miles?
I couldn't tell you.
Something like that. I don't know if it's a silver or if it's a copper that's just got a really lovely black tone, but yeah, you can see the thistle on there. So it's probably Charles I or Charles II, which would be 1625 to 1649 or 1660 to 1685. So there you go, you come all this way and you get a Scottish coin. Well, I didn't get it, but you got it. That looks silver as well, almost, doesn't it?
Oops. Quite a few buttons, so I'm not sure. I couldn't see a shank on it.
Yeah. It's certainly silvered or tinned, isn't it? Whatever it is, but it could be a button, it could even be a coin. But yeah, interesting.
Oh, well.
Interesting, there you go.
Well.
So, well, I got a lead spoon handle.
I got a...
Oh, you got a spoon as well. Well, I'm glad to see it's not just Perthshire that's full of cutlery. It's just a UK wide thing. So maybe from eating all their fish and chips. Again, not a great signal. I can see it there. I think it might be a bullet. 57. Oh, it might actually be a thimble. Whew, let's get out the wind. It's really picking up. It's going to be a blustery old day, but I don't care because I'm metal detecting in an incredible location. I think it is a thimble. It's a big one, a really big thimble. Yep, 100%. Look, there's all the... Oh, I don't know why I'm struggling with this camera today. So yeah, it's a whopper. It's flattened, it's got a hole in the top, but unfortunately it's not a silver one. And probably from the sort of Victorian period, 1800s or such like. Looks like it's got an irony top on it, and then it's probably steel or such like. But yeah, probably from 1850, 1900 kind of period. But well, it's a find, and I'm happy with that. There is a rare glimpse of my wife's feet. She's just come over with a wee cup of coffee. She's exploring the island. Was dead excited to get away for a couple of nights, and then I told her we were going metal detecting. So there's an 86, 87, an outside chance of a coin, maybe. Ooh, the wind's terrible. Alright, oh, come on, can't get it out. There we go. Well, still an 85 to 87. If it's a coin, it's going to be on its edge. Well, it's round, and oh, it's a button. It's a chunky button, which is why it was such a big readout. You impressed, dear?
Always.
Always impressed, she says. She's more impressed when it's gold or silver, I have to admit, or a bit of jewellery. But it is a very chunky little button, button number 2 for me. Still got the shank on it. Let's see if we can poke that mud out. Nope, it's got a bit of corrosion in it, so don't want to force it and damage it. But it's a plain button, it's possibly like a lead alloy, it's quite heavy. And yeah, it's probably got a good bit of age, 200, 300 years, maybe even more than that. But a nice wee find. And this is a nice one. $89.90. There's been a few Georgian coppers off between us, and certainly that's within the output of a Georgian copper. Well, it is copper. Unfortunately, not a copper coin. You see it's got a couple of holes pierced in it. It looks like part of a pot or a plate, something like that maybe, but could have a bit of age to it, but we'll never know because there's not enough of it left. But still, interesting. This is the only part of the field I haven't really covered, so I've come down into this corner, And I don't know if you'll notice, but there is Lindisfarne Castle, which is from the 16th century. But see away in the distance over there, just where the two people are watching, that is Bamborough Castle, Bebenba, where it gets its name from. And for any of you that have seen the Vikings, Uhtred of Bebenba, Uhtred of Bamborough as we now call it. That is a very ancient castle, very, very ancient castle. So we are certainly in amongst the history, that's for sure. Stunning location, absolutely stunning, packed full of history. My heart fluttered for a wee second there. I thought I had a maybe hammered coin, but I think it's a button. I think it's a 4-holer, and it is a 4-holer, but it had that lovely black colour to it that I just thought, oh, might be. So there's something on there, there's a maker or a company, but can't quite make it out, I'm afraid. But yeah, probably about 100 years old or so, maybe a wee bit more modern than that, but still, it's another find. It's round, it's slightly greeny brown. Is it a button? No, it's a shotgun cap. Graham's got himself a couple of coins already, and that one there, he's going to clean it up when he gets home, but that looks like a probable rose farthing, which should probably, what is it, Charles the First, isn't it, the rose farthings? So sometime between 1625 and 49. No, save it for getting home if you want. I don't want you to make a mess of it and then you'd be like, John made me clean that. So yeah, rose farthing. So that's a quarter of a penny back in the 1600s. So still nice bit of coinage. The other one, can't see any detail on it, but it's another copper coin. Could be a halfpenny or a farthing or something like that, but still, well done. Welcome back to the Holy Isle of Lindisfarne. So, we've had lunch, we've also had a change of fields. We've moved over to the western side of the island, so this is the east of England. In the distance there, that's the mainland, the northeast of England. So we're pretty exposed to the wind, but there's an old route that runs across the water over here, which is called the Pilgrim's Way, and that's the route that people on pilgrimage used to come during the medieval period prior to the causeway being built. Apparently they used to wade across the water at low tide. So Graham and Sue and Ian are here, and Carl and Steve have left. They're done for the day, but they had a good time. And yeah, we've got about maybe 3 or 4 hours before dark, and they say that there's been quite a number of hammered coins off this field. One guy got 3 hammered coins in a day, so that would be nice. So yeah, really looking forward to it. And yeah, that's Graham behind me. He's already digging a couple of holes, so there's signals to be had. So let's go and see if we can find some treasures. Ever get the feeling you're being watched? Nice to be able to show you the scenery for a change though. Absolutely gorgeous. There's Graham. Still on 2 coins in this field so far, hopefully more to come. My first sort of half decent target out this field in half an hour. I've dug a couple of things that I thought were iron, which, guess what, were iron. But not a lot of targets. Gray did say that there wouldn't be a huge amount of targets in this field, but this is turned up, and I think it's maybe a little jewellery piece, maybe. It's got little dot decoration-y bits on it, and you can see it's broken here and also at the other end. So possibly a brooch, a hair clasp, something like that. It's some sort of copper alloy, going by the brown colour with bits of green, and probably not massively old, maybe Victorian. But as ever, if you know, comment below. I got a 2 for 1 in the same hole. That came second. That came first. I think it's a little gilded button, possibly. It is a little button. You can see the bits of imprint and the little shank and loop. I'll try and clean that up a wee bit more in case we can get some decoration. And here we've got a penny in the same hole, and I think it's Old Victoria. Fantastic. Right, hope this head's just flaked off. A little bit unstable. It's a veiled head, so it's probably after about 1890, give or take. But we'll see if we can get a date and we'll get back to you. That's the button. It's got some gilding left on it. I don't know, maybe there's some sort of symbol or decoration on there, but difficult to see. And date wise, probably Georgian, early 1800s, maybe through to 1820. Maybe an overlap to Queen Victoria. And speaking of Queen Victoria, gave it a little bit of a wet because it is slightly falling apart, but there is a penny of Queen Victoria, and it's got the date on the other side of 1894. So you'll see her old veiled head just coming on in and disappearing again as if by magic. And on that side, still a few bits stuck to it, but at the bottom is the date of 1894. So, half pint of beer, maybe a pint of beer if it was a low-end establishment, but it is another coin, so I'm happy with that. Brilliant. It's been quiet for the first hour, but then suddenly I've come into an area, I've picked up 5, 6, 7 signals in the space of 10 minutes. We might have another coin. It was a debatable target. It did come through at an 84. Oh, it's a button, I think. It's gold. Oofed. Look at that. Yep, looks like a button to me. There's the shank. We'll give it a wee dry out and get back to you in a second. Well, at least I've had a few bits of gold today. And a silver. So it is a button, it's gilded, and there's the shank on the back. There is some writing there, so there'll be a maker, possibly London. And it is probably from, again, the late Georgian period. 1780s through to maybe 1830, 1840, into Queen Victoria. Wonderful. Shimmering away though. This one sounds better now it's out. 84. And it is maybe a coin or a button. Oh, could be a coin. I think it might be a coin. That would be brilliant if it is. It looks copper, but I'll need to give it a wee dry out and see if we can get some detail. Back to you in a moment. Could be a farthing, maybe quarter of a penny, but I'll get back to you. Well, I've come all the way to England and I've found a Scottish coin. It's a copper turner, a copper bodle or 2 pence. So it's going to be just like the one that Graham got earlier, which is either Charles I or Charles II. I can just see the letter Nemo for Nemo me impune lacessit, who dare meddle with me. There would be a thistle on one side, and on the other side there would be a C and an R with a crown above it. So you'll see that superimposed. So a copper Scottish 2 pence from sometime between 1625 and 1685. Not bad at all. Fantastic. The wind is really bad. This is pretty reasonable 85, 86. Coin contender, but I'm not going to do a live dig because the wind, as soon as I turn to dig the hole, you won't be able to hear a thing I'm saying. So I'll get back to you once I've dug the plug out. It's a bit of aluminium. Oh well. I've been getting quite a few brass shotgun caps, which sound pretty good. This is just a bit lower though. They've been coming through 70, 74. It's a 63, 62. Back to you in a minute. Well folks, I don't believe it. We might have gold right there. I think it could be, you know. It could be a gold ring. It is a gold ring, you know. That is a gold ring. I don't believe it. Oh my god, they're going to kill me. I'm going to get thrown off the island. That is a gold ring, everyone. I cannot believe that. It was a nice sounding target. That is a gold. Surely has to be a gold ring. I think it is. Yeah, it is. Look at that. It's got banded decoration on it. That is a gold ring. I don't believe it. Well, it's not the medieval hammer that I was looking for, but it is a bit of a squashed gold ring. I mean, not massively deep, maybe 3 inches. I intended actually for more of the clod to come out, but it broke in half. So we've got gold. Not gold in ages. I'm going to have to go and get somebody, but I don't see anybody. They might not even be in this field. I don't believe that. Carol, this one's for you. Right, do I clean it or do I wait? Right, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. But I think it is. I think it is a gold ring. I mean, if it is a gold ring, it should be hallmarked. But, back to you in a minute. Well, I got a few coins. I got a couple of bits of jewellery looking, quite a few buttons, and just 5 minutes ago.
Ah, come on. Really?
I haven't cleaned it, but I mean, it looks gold to me.
100%. It's heavy enough as well. Get in. Well done.
So I was thinking, oh man, Graham's going to chuck me off the island.
No.
I'm away. I'm going to leave you. I'm done. I haven't cleaned it.
Is it hallmark?
I don't know. I haven't cleaned it yet to see, but it looks to me, it looks maybe Victorian. Looking at the decoration on it.
Is it gold?
I think it's gold.
It's heavy enough.
I think it's maybe like 9 carat or something. Or rose gold maybe or something like that. It's not like full like buttery yellow.
It's gold.
But I think it's gold.
I think it is. It's,
Graham got himself this little thing as well, which is lead, which looks like a coin weight. It's very thin, but plain on one side, but on this side you can see there's a little shield with maybe a crown above it, with 2 or 3 lions in it, so it looks like a medieval coin weight. Phenomenal. I actually can't remember whether I filmed the cleanup or not, but there is a hallmark on it, so it is 100% a gold ring. It is definitely a funny colour. Normally the gold, you would expect it to be a really bright yellow colour. There we go. This one is more of a sort of blondie yellow, if that makes sense. Maybe even a sort of rosy colour yellow. So, don't know how good the focus is going to be on that. We were taking a few photographs, but we couldn't see it clearly enough. So I'm going to have to wait until I get home and see if we can identify it. But I wonder if it could be 9 carat gold. Possibly. Because 9 carat gold's definitely a sort of plainer colour. So I'm over the moon with that. Absolutely over the moon. Desperately tried to get Graham to take it, but he's not having it. So I'll need to work on him. But we're back on the gold, folks. Holy Island gold. It's probably Victorian, I think, looking at the style, the design. But in any case, gold's gold. Doesn't matter how old it is. But that's a beautiful find. And probably a sad loss for someone. A wedding band, I'm guessing. You can see it's a little bit squashed. But yeah, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you for having me, Graham and everyone else. Maybe a wee bit low for a gold ring, 59, but I'm only about 20 feet, 30 feet away from the last one, so maybe it was a husband and wife, they had a falling out, and they threw their rings at one another. So, do this as a live dig. If the wind noise is acceptable, probably not. Right. Similar depth. Right. There we go, bit of lead. One of many bits that will come off this field, but hope fix my tassel. There's been lots of lead off this field, so unsurprising given that it is somewhere steeped in medieval history. Alright, see what else we can get.
You had the pleasure.
Graham's got a hammered. Oh yeah. Oh well.
Shame it's broken.
It's broken, but well. Still.
They all count.
You got much detail on it, you can see?
I haven't looked.
You haven't looked. There you go. That's a beautiful looking that's a beautiful looking bottle you've got there. Oh man.
Anything on it?
Well, I think there's a head looking at us, potentially. Oh yeah, you got the pellets, definitely. Definitely got the pellets there and the cross. That's maybe a farthing as well, isn't it? It's quite small.
Yeah. It only came off as 12 on the Manticore.
12 on the Manticore, that's pretty low. Right, I'll give it a wee dry and get back to you. Right, there you go, we're giving it a wee rub-a-dub as best we can. It's got the pellets, it's got the cross. It looks like it's got a rose in the middle, which would mean it's York mint. And I think the rose actually means that it's the Bishop of York, because I think he was the him as well as the king were minting coins. In fact, I think there were 3 people minting coins in York. The other side has got a face somewhere. We did see it, might have dried out now. Oh no, it's there. Looking right at us. I'm holding it tight because it blew out my hand a second ago. So I technically didn't drop it, but I almost did. Oh, there we go. Right, so beautiful. We think it's a farthing. Probably, what, Henry, maybe?
Not a clue.
Henry, one of the Edwards, so it's probably from sort of 1350 through to 1500, 1450, something like that. But lovely. Beautiful. Well, a hammered and a gold. Not bad at all. Just got a 74, and I think we've got another hammered copper coin, potentially. It's unfortunately broken. My wife just appeared with my dog. Hello, dog. Jura. Jura. Say hello to the people. Hello. Say hello. Yes. There you go. That was lovely. Thanks for giving me your bum. Nope, don't eat the coin. And we'll give it a wee brush. Might be another Scottish turner. Possibly. But we've had a few. Oh, it is. Oh, it's a nice one. It's a nice one. I can see the C and the R already, so it's another Scottish coin. I didn't film it because I've had multiple brass shotgun caps that are coming in around 70, 74, and I thought this was another one. But somewhere on there will be a thistle. I can't actually tell you exactly where, but somewhere there is one. And on this side there is a letter C and a letter R. See them at the bottom there? So Charles Rex. So it's going to be Charles the First, Charles the Second, 1625 to 1685. Copper Scottish 2p. Come all the way down here, and this is my second Scottish coin. But still, it's 17th century, it's copper, and it's hammered. Fantastic. Well folks, look at this. I've turned to the dark side. This is Graham's Manticore, MINELAB Manticore, and I'm going to give it a go. He's got the wee 9-inch coil, which he says is just a fairly new addition, or it's newly out. First thing that strikes me is, my goodness, it's light. It's even lighter than a Deus 2, but he does say with a 15-inch coil on it, it is quite heavy. So it's weird, I haven't used a 9-inch coil since I had the XP Goldmax Power V4, which I've still got as my backup machine. But I have to say the readout is very nice. The screen, very bright, very clear. In actual fact, it looks a lot better than, dare I say it, than the Deus 2. Wee bit of iron there, I think. Everyone will be shouting at the screen, no, that's a output for a Gold hammered. Right, I'm going to turn you off because I'm about to turn round and go into the wind. So I'll get back to you if I get a signal. Well, it's a consistent target. 1715 says it's a fair depth. So let's find out. God, if it's hammered in the first ever dig, that'll be it. Bye bye Deus. Be getting the manticore. Right, flip that over. It's vanished. Nope, we're over there. Right, moment of truth. Let's lay that down so it doesn't blow over in the wind. What's it going to be? My first ever, not even just manticore find, my first ever MINELAB find. I've never used a MINELAB before. I'm struggling to even hear the pinpointer with the wind. There it is there, I think. Nope, that's a stone. It's a tiny piece of lead. Well, that's a very small bit of lead. So there you go, my first ever find with a MINELAB metal detector. Oh, nearly. Fantastic. Find number 2 with the manticore. A sneaky wee 1112. And another little tiny piece of lead. To be expected on a site with lots of medieval activity, I suppose. This was a 3840, and I tell you what, if I found a silver with the manticore, it's going to be incredible. Look at that, it's a coin. Oh, it's a 20p. It's a 20 pence, there's the imprint. Well, we found silver, kind of, in the form of a spendable 20 pence, Queen Elizabeth II. Well, there you go. It was a 38 to 40. It was a fairly solid target. And as you can see, it was very shallow. It's probably only an inch under the surface. So a recent drop, and dated 2011. Well, there you go, on the coinage with the MINELAB Manticore. Oh, I'll need to give this to Graham for letting me borrow his machine. The focus isn't going to be great, but that is a copper alloy, and I wonder if that could be a dagger shape. See how it's kind of tapering towards a, almost pointing and stops. So they used to put the tip of a little leather scabbard that you'd keep a short knife in. They used to put this on the end so that obviously you didn't stab yourself through the leather in the leg. So I wonder if that could be a dagger shape. They've had them off this island before, so you never know. Let me know in the comments below. Might even be medieval. And look at that for a beautiful sunset. Lovely red skies. Stunning. Stunning end to a fantastic day. And lots of sheep for company. So there we are, that's me. I've given the old manticore about 1 hour, and I have to say, pleasantly surprised. Surprised by how light it was. Surprised by the tones, which are really, really good. And I love the headphones as well, a lot better than the Deus 2 ones, which pinch your ears and make you feel like you're about to have a brain hemorrhage after a few hours. But yeah, really good, very pleasant. And got a 20 pence. A few bits of lead and a possible dagger shape. So all in all, not bad at all. Better give it back to Graham before I decide to keep it.